Rockingham County government presents You've Got Grit. Megan Blackstock of Eden, North Carolina. You've got grit. Grit is the difference between who you are and who you want to be. It's what you do. And that's why we're talking to you, student Dr. Megan Blackstock of Eden, North Carolina. Please describe for us, who is Megan Blackstock?
Yeah, so a very, very ambitious person. Rockingham County is a very small community. And so, I've had good support to get me here, but a lot of what I'm doing is, because of me, because I'm driven, and a goal-oriented person. I came in very early into life knowing that I wanted to be a dentist and that I was going to make it. And therefore I am or getting there. And so that's me most definitely. Very goal oriented, but also very service oriented as well. So yeah.
Tell us about your family and what it was like growing up in Eden, North Carolina.
I had an amazing family, still have an amazing family. My mom, my dad, I had a younger brother and an older sister. And so Rockingham County really made me most definitely. I had a very great childhood in terms of the school that I went to, elementary school of Lincoln, North Carolina. The teachers there were great in terms of helping me figure out who I was as a young girl. And so, I don't know, tearing up here, but you know, I'm so sorry. Rockingham County made me most definitely a very, very good county to be a part of and things like that. And although it was very rural and we didn't necessarily have the big city life, just going out and being outside and really you know being a part of the environment and things like that, I think is what I appreciate about my county. And I don't know, that question just brought back so many great memories of Rockingham and the people who are there. And it's my home, most definitely.
What about college?
So college, I ended up going before college, felt that I had a great opportunity in terms of education at the North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics. And so I went there for 2 years and it was a boarding school. Missed Rockingham, but I had a lot of opportunities there. And eventually after high school, I went off to Wake Forest University. And there I ended up getting my degree in chemistry. What started me off on that journey, because it was a very difficult journey, was the science and math. They really honed in on science. And so I struggled most definitely with chemistry, but I had some amazing professors there who sat with me and taught me everything that I needed in order to pass. And so when I kept to Wake Forest, I knew that I had so much knowledge and so much capabilities in chemistry that I could do it. And so I graduated there with a chemistry major and a minor in biology. I did research, volunteered, and still had, set in my mind that I wanted to be a dentist. And so, very wonderful opportunities at Wake Forest. And another reason why I chose Wake Forest is because I wanted to be close to home so that, whenever I felt down or I just needed my family, I was only an hour away. And so that's the thing about Rockingham County. We live so close to such amazing colleges and such amazing, cities that it's a prime place to be, in my opinion, to live.
Student Dr. Megan Blackstock, now at East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine. Please talk about this experience and what you want to do upon graduation.
So being a student doctor at East Carolina, it is an amazing opportunity. Right now, I'm the only person from Rockingham County there. And so I'm most definitely representing our county and everything that we do. It's extremely difficult, but most definitely it's doable. I think with any experience that, I've been able to do, I'm always reaching out, forming my own support network. And so I have an amazing support network of professors, faculty, my own classmates who really get me through. I even have my family coming down every so often, and, we'll spend time together. And so it's difficult, but most definitely doable. Once again, when you set your mind to do something, challenges seem to be a little bit easier to handle, if that makes any sense. And so I love it here, most definitely. One thing unique, I believe, about East Carolina is that they are adamant about accepting people from North Carolina who are going to stay in North Carolina and who are going to go back home, if not home, who are going to stay in the state and who are going to be service oriented and who are going to help out those who are in need. North Carolina is in desperate need of dentists, just like many southern states. And so that's one reason why I chose here, is because they're going to get me prepared to go back home and to serve those who are in need. And so, we're doing that here. We are very, very hands-on, not only hands-on, but they're preparing us for state boards exams very early on and getting us ready for our future. And so it is a very, very wonderful place to be.
Why this career?
So I started off with an amazing dentist, my childhood dentist, Dr. Baker. Has retired, but he had his office in Reedsville, North Carolina. Something about him, very kind. He took his time out. At one point, I think I was like 6 years old, and I could tell you each tool that he was using because he was just that dedicated to showing me, all right, this is the tool that I'm going to use. I know it's scary and it sounds extremely loud, but here it is. And, something about that made me want to be just like that. And so I didn't necessarily grow up around people who graduated from college. I know, some of my family didn't even graduate from high school. And so I knew that I wanted to do that. And I grew up with a lot of auto mechanics in my family. And so my family was very hands-on. And I knew that that was a gift, a very special gift that I had for my family. And so the really awesome thing about dentistry is that it combines, both science, art, and a lot of hands-on skills that I knew that I could do well in. And so, yeah, that's why I chose dentistry.
What helped to shape student doctor Megan Blackstock's life?
Yeah, so always remaining humble has really helped to shape my life. There's always going to be situations where, you're going to have to ask for help. There's situations where you can, help others. And so just remaining humble and always knowing that there's always opportunities to learn has really helped me shape my life. Also, having a support network has been a major thing for me. I find, every couple of years I'm in a different place. One place I'm in Durham, North Carolina for high school. And then, a couple of years later, I'm in Winston-Salem. And so now I'm here in Greenville. And each time, my community changes, who I'm around changes. And so, you have to be extremely open to connecting with people and forming networks of people who are going to help you along your way, because you're not always going to have the same people around you. And so also staying in church has been a really huge thing for me. And maybe not even because, in this predicament that we're in, you're not able to always go to church, but always knowing that God is with you no matter where you're at has really shaped my life. Because sometimes being on a journey towards, become a dentist or becoming a doctor or really any challenging career can be sort of lonely sometimes. And so just knowing that God is there for you always is, can make such a big of a difference, in situations that, are difficult.
What suggestions for life would you offer youngsters?
I think my first suggestion is to find something that you love to do that's going to give back to the community. I'm huge on, people helping other people out. And so if you're good at one talent, be amazing at it. and make sure in the meantime that you're helping others out. And I think once everybody kind of has that mindset, you're helping me out, I'm helping you out, community flows better that way. I'd also like to tell young people is to set your priorities early on in life. If you know that you want to be a teacher or you want to be a doctor, make that happen and stand by them in everything that you do. I'd also like to just let them know that, no one said that life is going to be easy. And so, just be able to, handle the hardships and things like that, and know that those hardships are there to make you a better person. And so, yeah.
How have you, as a young woman, dealt with challenges?
Oh my goodness. I always go back to my support network. My support network consists mainly of God, but of my family back at home and the friends that I've made here. I think God puts people in your life for a reason, and you should most definitely lean on them. And then, times that they need to lean on you, you be there for them. I think also one way that I've dealt with challenges is I accept help. I'm not always going to have the answer to every problem and situation that I'm in. And so knowing, who I can go to is a really, really important thing to know. And prayer, that's probably the number one thing in terms of me dealing with challenges, is going up to God in prayer for everything. Yeah.
How can young people help make our communities stronger?
So I think one way that young people can help make this community stronger is to be the change that you want to see in your community. You can get on social media and you see people posting, we need more of this and we need more of that. Well, I would like to see more people be that. If you believe that we need, more of a diverse police force, well, you be on the police force. Or if you think that we need more teachers, then you be a teacher. And so I think that's one way, very important way that young people can, make a change and make our community stronger. I'll also hear a lot is, there's nothing to do in Rockingham County. And there's a lot to do. Volunteering is one really huge aspect that you can do. I mean, you can call up to food pantries. We've got plenty in Rockingham County, nursing homes, school systems or anything, sports leagues to volunteer and get yourself out there and to help. There's always places that you can help and offer your skills.
You alluded to some of this earlier, but why do you love Eden, North Carolina?
Eden has made me who I am. Eden is such a small community. I don't know everybody, but sometimes I feel like I do. There's memories there. That is why I love my county. My family is there. My friends are there. I don't know. Eden it's a wonderful place. I believe, you make your community. And so there's just a lot of memories there. and it's a great county. Yes.
Student Dr. Megan Blackstock from Eden, North Carolina, now at East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine. Congratulations, because you've got grit. And I bet many of you watching this show can think of someone else that you describe by saying, you've got grit. So please email a paragraph describing that person that you think Spectrum 1304 and Rockingham County government should interview for You've Got Grit. Simply email your paragraph to mscott@co.rockingham.nc.us. That's mscott@co.rockingham.nc.us. Thanks for joining us. You've got grit.